Hi, and welcome back to Get a Clue, Casual Gamer, where we get a clue, C-L-U-E, about a game. Today, we're going to be looking at New York 1901. I must admit that New York 1901 has been sitting on my shelf of shame for about a year, and I finally had a chance to play it, and it did not disappoint. So I want to share with you about this game. So let's begin with C. C is for components. What are you going to find when you open this box? Well, in this box, there's a lot to find. We begin with the board. And it opens up, it's 4 sections. It opens up and shows us some streets and some blocks and some parks in New York City 1901. And we're going to be building skyscrapers onto these streets, blocks, and districts. So you'll have the game board. You will also have, and I'm using the instructions, you'll have the instructions in there. I'm using their list to make sure I don't miss any of the components, the contents of this box. There are 5 different character cards. Now, they are not asymmetrical characters. They are all the same. They all have the same powers. They do the same, they have the same abilities. Okay, so it really doesn't matter if you want to be Belle Beauregard or Robert Fletcher. It doesn't matter. It's just who you're playing, and it reminds you of the symbol of where you are starting the game. Okay, that's basically, and on it, it will tell you the different moves that you can do on your turn. And there's not a lot that you do in your turn. Okay, so you have those. Then you have 5 Streets of New York cards. They include Cedar, Pine and Thames, Wall Street, Broadway, and Nassau and Broad. When there's 2 names, it's because it changes names in the middle of the street. These are important in the game. Then you'll have 5, oh, by the way, you only use 3 of these, so that kind of gives you a nice mix of replayability. It changes up the games each time. And also you have 5 bonus challenge, and you'll only be using 1 of these as a bonus challenge in the game, which again will help change up the games. Then you have 65 territory cards, and it was brought to my attention that they are approximately the size of the original Ticket to Ride cards. They're smaller than others, so just so that you know. There we go. I knew there was one that was backwards. Just found it. Okay, so these are all the territory cards. They're the ones that let you pick and place one of your workers where you want to build. They come in different colors. This is a red and this is a yellow. They come in 2 different sizes, a 2-block space or a 3-block space. And that's it. Okay, besides those, we have 4 cool Skyscraper tokens. This is what we use around the outside of the board, kind of like Ticket to Ride, to count our points, to keep track of our points. Little miniature Empire State Buildings in the 4 different colors. This game is for 2 to 4 players, and the little player pieces come in blue, green, brown, and yellow. And to go with those, each player will have their own bag of skyscrapers. There's brown and green, yellow, and blue. And you see each one is a different shape. They're worth different points. They come in 3 different metals from bronze, silver, and gold. And you will also each have 4, and here's a little 4 worker tokens. And so that gives you an idea of some of the aspects of the game. I'm going to put these back in the box for a moment. You also will get 4, what do they call them? 4, legendary. 4 legendary skyscrapers. So this is the Woolworth Tower, the Metropolitan Life. Yeah, there's 4 of them. The most you can build of these is 1 per player in a game. Even if there's only 2 players, you can only pick 1 to acquire and place. Okay, there are also 12 action cards. These come in the 4 colors. Each person will have 3 in their color. They are exactly the same actions for each player. Okay, but you're allowed to use one of these once in a game. If you don't use them, they are worth a point each at the end. And I'm thinking that is it in this box. You've got a clue, see, of what you're going to find when you open this box. L, length of play. Well, it depends on how many people are playing. Manufacturer says 30 to 60 minutes. That first game is going to be an hour. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's going to be an hour because you're learning it and you're trying to figure out the strategy of where to place what buildings, and sometimes you forget what your objective really is. That 30 minutes, I guess 2 people who have played it a few times and know what they're doing could probably pull it off in 30 minutes. But I would give it at least 45 minutes. And if you're really all learning it, an hour to really grasp it and play it completely through. So 30 to 60 minutes, I tend to think it's probably more like 45 minutes to an hour. That's length. U for uniqueness. Does this game remind me of any other game that I might have played before? Well, first of all, it's tile laying. So any game where you've been putting down tiles, and these are good chipboard tiles, good thick ones. You can see how thick they are. Well, tile laying, I mean, you go way back to dominoes, and those are tile laying games. But also in the gaming world, there's a lot of tile laying games out there. So many that, let's see, just looking behind me up here, Azul is one. Let's see. I think Encore might be one. You kind of, by Catan, you set up the board each time. Summer Camp, the setting up uses different tiles. Splendor and Century Spice Road use cards, not the thick cardboard. Blocos, they're plastic tiles, but you're laying down Tetris-shaped tiles in that. Patchwork, again, is Tetris-shaped chipboard tiles. Kohaku, you're drafting tiles and placing them in front of you in a certain arrangement. Yeah, let's see. I think that might be it for the ones I'm seeing here. Yeah. So anyway, you're picking up, you're choosing to use a certain tile, and you're placing it where you want to place it, or where you have purchased to place it, or well, you purchase by just choosing which of 4 of these cards that are lined up you want to use and take part of. Like, this is a 2-piece red, 3-piece yellow, 2-piece blue, 2-piece pink. There's a 3-piece green. They're all, yeah, you choose what you want, where you want to place your worker. So Uniqueness, it's a tile laying game. It's a worker placement where you've got 4 little workers that you can put out, but you always have to bring them, build something so you can get them back. They just hold the spot saying, I bought this property, I'm waiting to build on it. And let's see, building. I mean, any game where you're building something. Actually, think of Monopoly. I mean, you're buying property with money in Monopoly, and then you're building houses and you're building hotels. With this game, you're not spending money. You're taking your turn and picking out a card. And the card is for free. I mean, there's no money changing here, but you can only pick one of the 4 cards there. You pick which one. You put it on your car, on your. Let me put it here, on your card here, so that you'll always have your properties all stacked up here, your property cards, and then you put your worker there until you're ready to build. And when you're ready to build, you take your worker, you put your building down. You already own these 19 buildings, so you're just going to pick which one will fit on the property that you own, and you build. So Monopoly kind of, but there's no gotcha when it comes to like rent and stuff like that. Everyone is building. Everyone is building. It's like you're not going to run out of money because you don't have money, but you might run out of space. So you have to kind of balance that out. Okay, that's enough about uniqueness. Ease. How easy is it to teach, to learn, teach, play? How easy is it to find? How easy is it on your pocketbook? Okay, here are the instructions. Truthfully, this is all explanation of the different cards, and this side is the setup, and the game rules are this, and this is the end of the game. So the regular game, this is it, and then at the end of the game you have this, and then they do have suggestion for beginner players or more advanced players, what to set up, and then they have examples of play. Lots of pictures, a lot of explanation, and then this explains exactly what the bonus challenge cards are all about and what the action cards are all about. So whenever you have a question, it's right here. But really, it's just one page, 1.5 pages at the most, for the game and the end of the game. So it's pretty easy. I mean, it's more than Uno or Phase 10, but it's not that complicated. It really isn't much more than Monopoly, really. So I say it's not bad. It's really accessible. It's very accessible. Easy to find, easy on the pocketbook. Well, it's not the easiest one to find right now, but there's someone on Target selling it for $42.49, so $42.50. Retail is $50, so $42.50 is not price gouging. It's a reasonable price, and you are getting a lot of game and a lot of components and decent quality components and decent quality and an interesting game in this whole thing. So it is worth it. That was on. Oh no, that's not Amazon. Oh, Amazon has it for $42.50. Okay, Target has it for $42.49, which again is $42.50. And then there's a website called Board Game Bliss that is selling it for $52.83, and that is above retail, so I would stay clear of that. Definitely do not pay more than $50 for it. That is its retail price. I'm not into people charging more because it's hard to find. No. Go to your flags. Your friendly local game store will probably have it because, it's the type of game that they would keep in stock or have in stock unless they sell out. And then, but the truth is it's been out for 6-7 years now. So, it could still be there. Definitely Amazon and Target have it right now. So there it is. And he's on the pocketbook. It's not the cheapest game. I mean, it's not a $20 game, but it's also a very high quality game that is not real heavy. Actually, it's not even medium heavy. It's a lightweight game, but with some substance to it. So when it comes to ease on the pocketbook, that's up to you. If you're willing and looking for a unique game that's not too scary, maybe you have someone who likes Monopoly and you want to try something kind of reminiscent of it. It might be, but it's nowhere near as long as Monopoly, and it's nowhere near as cutthroat as Monopoly, and it's not a chance. There's no chance in this. Everyone has a pretty good even chance. So it's not rolling dice and seeing where you land. Everyone's got the 4 cards to choose from, and you pick which one you want, and then you do what you want with it. It's a very good game. It's fun. It was interesting, and so that's getting a clue about this game. And let me pull up the actual cover. There's the cover. New York, 1901. Back when they were building all these new skyscrapers, and kind of cool. So happy gaming. Have a wonderful time. God bless you and your family. Until the next time. Bye.